If you are, look at me trying to straighten out my clippers and then my beard is doing the gangster lean. Because we like that. AKA, we don't like that. But as I was starting to say, if you are unfamiliar with me, my name is J. Del Negro, and I'd like to welcome you to the next 40. 40 is a production. I don't know if we can really call it a podcast, but a production. This boneless beard of mine, wow. It's a production where it's gone through many different phases and many different delays and ideations. But the general concept and idea is to document how I want the next 40 years of my life to go, or how it's going. I don't know if it's how I want it to go anymore as much as it's how it's going. Well, the idea started when I was 40. I am currently 45. So many, many, many delays. And this iteration or episode or experience that you're watching right now has to do with the fear of failure. It was a fear that I wasn't so sure I even knew I had. Not 100% resigned to the idea of me having it, but let's explore it. Let's talk about it in real time. Recently, I had a conversation where I talked about what does it mean, or what's the word that you could use to say, to describe, I want more, but I'm cool, I'm complacent with where things are right now. But internally, I want more. I know there's more for me. And the person told me that they think it's just a fear of failure. And I honestly, really, really never thought about that for me. If we go by astrology and horoscopes and archetypes of people based off of what the stars say in alignment with the day of your birth, with me being a Virgo, part of the idea is I'm a perfectionist. I'm hard on myself. I'm hard on other people. I expect nothing but the best. At least I think that's what it says. I don't get into horoscopes a whole lot, but it's a thing. For the most part, I would not agree or disagree. I would look at it as, some of it might fit a mold, some of it might not, but it is what it is. Something to look at, something to go on and proceed with or without. But I could accept and agree that some of those behaviors are kind of sort of like me. But for the most part, no, I'm not a perfectionist. I would describe it as like, I know what I'm capable of. That's not perfectionism. It's realism, right? It's me being a pragmatist. I think that's the right word. We're going to go with that. A pragmatist. Turns out I may have, in fact, been avoiding what it actually is. Like, I might be a perfectionist because what I won't do, admittedly, is what I will do is procrastinate and sometimes fail to start. And these are all personal endeavors, things for the most part that can get me that more that I'm looking for, but I just don't do it for whatever reason. And that reason, up until the conversation I had recently, was, nah, I'm just, you know, I'm cool. I'm not cool. I'm not cool. No, I'm not cool. But I would sit in that space, linger in the, I'm cool. And that cool, with me saying that I'm cool, is really like I can manage and maintain where I'm at efficiently. I don't know if it's effective. Well, I would qualify it as being ineffective because I want more. But historically, I'm cool. Up until that conversation, I thought that's what it was until the person pointed out that you fear failing. And believe you me, I recognize that failure is where the W's begin. They are not lessons. I'm sorry, they are not losses, they are lessons. All of that, I get it. I believe it. I know it to be true. But what I don't know is if I'm true to it, if I allow myself to go through and actually fail. I'll use the example of painting. Right? I paint, I draw, I create. This is a creation. Podcasting is a creation. Painting is a creation. This is a number 4 guard, which is a crazy creation on black hair. But I will tend to rely on the things that I know how to do when it comes to painting. I paint faces. Painting pretty good. I'm not like out of this world crazy with it, but I'm pretty good with the way I do it. Everybody has their own style. Expressionism, surrealism, hyper realism, whatever. Like, I don't really understand what a lot of it means. I just paint. And generally, that's just what I do over and over. A face. It's usually a 3/4 profile face, or from center looking in a direction to the left or to the right, because I find that most interesting. And it's generally a black male's face, but women, kids, they're also in the mix, but generally black people. I paint black folk. And I avoid, for my own practice, painting anything other than black people. That's what I like. That's where I feel my work shows up the best. But I'm also looking for more, and I'm limiting myself and not trying to push my efforts in a space I'm unfamiliar with. And, you know, I don't know, maybe I'm winning, maybe I'm losing out, but I never looked at it as a failure to well, a fear of failure as to why I don't do other things. I looked at it as more like, this is what I'm good at. So I'm just going to continue to do what I'm good at, right? Right? Hey, this beard is bothering me. I'm not good at that. That's genetics. They ain't got nothing to do with me. But when you examine deep, is it really that I'm just doing what I'm good at, or am I just afraid to not be good? That's a thing, yo. That's a thing. Rationalizing what something really could be and recognizing that maybe you ain't got all the answers, Sway. Maybe somebody looking at you has a better idea of what you got going on as opposed to what you think of yourself, player. And the other part of the initial ideation of the next 40 was to say, all right, so what do I plan on doing next? So you look back, look at now, and then how do we proceed to move forward with the next 40 years of my life? Like I can simply say, like, well, I'm just gonna stand up. I'm not gonna be afraid. I'm gonna do what I need to do. I'm gonna step out. What is it? Step out on faith. I can say that, but am I gonna do that? Am I gonna actually do the things that could help me get that more that I'm searching for? Do I know what the more even is? If I land in the space of more, will I know it and will I be okay with it? Or will I just want more for that more? That was a whole lot of nothing, but it means something, which again goes back to the whole lot of nothing. I don't know. It's Exhibit A. Being a black man, probably the blackest black man. So do yourself a favor if you are listening to this via a podcast apparatus like Spotify or Apple Podcasts, just go on over to YouTube and search for J Del Negro, and you will find the visuals to go along with this episode. But painting a black man, because this is in my wheelhouse. I'm painting it for a reason that I avoided for the duration of me being a creative per se. I am looking to start doing commission works. And I am doing this to hopefully get some intrigue and interest into the work I do by doing a face that people are familiar with. It's not rocket science or anything, but it's just what I'm doing. I am, in fact, stepping outside of what I would normally do. Right? That's the way I see it. But I'm also not afraid to fail here. And then I just admit I am, in fact, afraid to fail. And I have been my own problem the whole time. I have been getting in my own way of the more that I've been searching for. Is that what I just did? Nah, ain't no way, player. Ain't no way. I mean, it could be a way. I guess the next steps are, if I really want this more than I'm talking about, I've got to do more to get it. I've got to be the more that I am searching for, right? Isn't that how this stuff works? Be the change. Nobody's going to do it for you. You got to do it yourself, player. And what's the easiest way to do that? Answer: there is no easiest way to do that. You got to fail. You just got to go out there and make the mistakes and not do it exactly the right way, but use that to help figure out the right way to do things. It's crazy. We all know this. We all know this. What's also crazy is about this painting is all this work that you can see me doing right now. In the end, it won't even look like this. It just won't. All this color that you see me putting down right now won't even be here. It's crazy. It'll be here. It'll just be worked out a little bit differently. Or maybe it's not that crazy. Did I provide anything of value for those of you who are listening and or watching? Hope so. Really do. Guess I should provide a lesson to walk away from with this, right? I'm nobody's teacher, but let's see. If I can come up with some sort of parable. Anything witty. Anything charming that I could then use and capture the ethos of the statements that I was making. Anything. Might not be catchy, but for me, I guess I gotta try and be the more that I'm looking for. I've got to do, and I've got to work to be just that, to be more. Yeah, we can go with that. I'm J Down that Girl, and I'd like to welcome you to the next 40.